what's up? It's Vadell.
And your boy Yangsta.
So, yeah, don't worry about him. He's only here for a little bit. So, actually, I wanted to take a little bit of time here, like, to break down some of my favorite beats I've produced. Some of it's for my track, some of it I produced for others. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, since we up here in Yangsta's spot, I had to start with the Hustle remix.
Hey.
So how did the background of Hustle come out about anyway?
Well, I wrote the song when it was during a time in my life where I did a lot of overtime work. You know, I really was struggling, you know, with work-life balance. And I was like, man, you know, I'm really out here working hard, I'm really out here hustling. So I needed to make a song to like alleviate the stress, but also at the same time, like motivate myself to just work harder, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, let me come up with this song called Hustle. It's about getting this money. It's about, you know, putting your head down and just working, you know what I'm saying? Just taking the shit that life throws at you, because life is gonna throw that at you, you know what I mean? Because that's how you get money. Nobody's gonna pay you to do no easy stuff, you know? Like the only time when people are gonna give you money is when you're doing something that they don't wanna do, you know what I mean? So that's how you gotta get that money. That's how you gotta hustle.
That's true. So when Yangsta originally put the song out, was it last year or year before that?
Last year.
Yeah.
Last
so
year.
when you put it out, he had a different beat by a different producer. Shout out Way Too Long, so it was a hot beat.
Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every day. Hustle, yeah, you know I don't play. Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every way. Hustle, yeah, I got to get paid. Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every day.
The beat was pretty good. I had no complaints with it, but the problem was when he tried to put it on the streaming, it kept getting shut down.
Too many legal things, man, with the YouTube copyright.
It wasn't even legal things. It's like I know it sounds like a broken record telling you this, but like it's because you leased the beat. Like I always get, I'm not shaming anybody who leases beats because sometimes it's cheaper, but like everyone's gonna hop on that same beat and it's gonna cause you headaches in the long run if it pops off. So I said to him, yo, I'll make you a different beat so you can actually upload it and not have any headaches.
And he did all that without my knowledge. He went and he made everything, and then I was thoroughly surprised. I was very pleasantly surprised though, you know what I mean?
So like we turned it from like a little trap thing into like some old school G-funk, little hidden knot shit. And to my surprise, everyone liked it more than the original.
It got way more plays than the original. I was pissed because I put no work in and it just blew up. And then the stuff I did put a lot of work into, it's still
your work.
Hey, man,
that's still your voice on the track.
That's how you know stuff coming through, man. He's like my performance enhancing drugs, man. Like, you know, when I come with the lyrics, man, stuff come through with the beats, man.
Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every day. Hustle, yeah, you know I don't play. Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every way. Hustle, yeah, I got to get paid. Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every day. Hustle, yeah, you know I don't play. Hustle, yeah, gotta hustle every way.
Hey, Ula! I think I found the Chase VR vlogs.
Don't tell me you're stalking his social media again. Sir! Officer Gula reporting for duty, sir!
Don't give me that crap! Y'all too busy laying back while there's a serial killer hacking and slashing on the streets. We're up to 10 deaths this week. Hey, yo, Margot, tell me what's the current case beats.
Yes, sir! We recently discovered that this purpose like no other. They chase down the thing in disguise, then attacks when they're boxed in.
The plan was an interesting process. A few years ago, this animator from Peru named Joe Guerrera, he put out a call out. He was looking for a musician. He was known for doing like animated shorts with these two alien cops at the time, but nowadays he's known for like this series called Anna. That's like all about this abstract lady and her friend Mooney. But that's besides the point right now. Anyway, he put out a call out on Twitter. One of my friends who was a fan of his work, he told me about it and he said I should throw my head. And I said, I don't know, man. I don't think my stuff's that good, because at that time I was still in a pretty creative low point, not really feeling myself. So I said, whatever. I sent a track I did on the Twitter feed, and within like I think a day, that he got back to me and said, yo, I want you to write lyrics to this. Which I did initially because someone was supposed to be making the beat. But then about a year went by, I think 2 years went by, and then the person he originally had to produce it went AWOL, so he asked me if I could produce it too. I said, no problem. And so originally there was this original version I had, which was supposed to be like kind of creepy, kind of stakeout-ish kind of thing. Then I did like a a more funky New Jack Swing version, which she really liked. And so we ran with that. And I got to work with a lot. I didn't get to work with them directly for this one, but I got to be recorded by Amy Smith, and who's actually she was on JoJo, actually, one of the JoJo parts. I think it was Golden Wind. She voiced one of the characters, and she really did a really great job. I also got shout out PM Seymour and all of them. But I really like that track because like I just put like all these different elements together. Like I used sounds from the Dreamcast menu and shit, and then I think I used like what was it? I think I used like a siren sample from Matronics or something. Trying to remember what it was, but it was really fun, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Tastes like Caramel. I just gotta have it. Lick me when you're down. Pick it up, hey, pick it up. I'll come through and grab it. Pick it up. I wanna pick it up.
Come with me and your D in a candy fantasy beyond your wildest dreams. No hidden flies and schemes. Watch yourself, the one falling through the shock stream. It's a world so sweet, this is a scream.
I just gotta have it. Yo, this shit was fun, cause like, shout out Aquakultre. I love Aquakultre, man. Lance is a really great musician, singer, rapper, and all that. So this goes back to like pre-pandemic, like right around my birthday time. I just dropped an EP called Lover's Pain, and there was this beat on there called Ryaku's Groove that I made with my man Brandon, aka DJ Shadow, and so Aquakultre heard it. He said, "Yo, I need a beat like that, man. That is hot."
1, 2, 3, break it down.
And so we kind of we made a little demo. Aquakultre wasn't feeling it at first, and then Shadow got sick. It wasn't the Rona or nothing, but he got sick, and so that kind of put it on hold for a minute. And then once things got going again, we went back to it. Shadow took a demo I had and freaked it out. Like he added all these like funky elements to it. There was like Chucky Booker in there, I think a little bit of Lisa, and like it turned into this banger. And then Aquakultre got his voice on it. Oh man! If you ain't heard the song yet, or you ain't heard Dope Trip in full yet, you gotta go check that out, cause I can't spoil the song yet. I just gotta say like that I had some fun making that, and I was on there for a couple verses too. So like that's more than enough reason for to check it out. No, I'm just playing.
Tricks don't fall for one. She ain't there to hold you down. She's there for fun. This rule is so underrated. The scandalous trick. Yo, I got no time. Mad love to the
So this one's a 2-for-1. To be, I don't know how to say it. It's just just cause the more or less both sides of the same coin. There was this time in 2015 I was dating somebody who's going to remain nameless for legal reasons, and it was a ride. I'll say that much. Not just for me, but for everyone even remotely connected to me. And yeah, she was a really nasty, toxic person, and it really messed up my psyche to this day. I'll be right up honest with you. But at one point I was just frustrated, and she was doing a lot of stuff even way after we broke it off. And so I invented the best way I knew how by writing a song, and originally I made a beat to it. And the beat was really jazzy. It used, the original version I did used a sample from Yusuf Lateef called Love Team for Spartacus, but I reversed it. and I just had like this really moody feel that I was looking for. And then eventually I sampled my man Yangsta's voice on it from one of his songs, Rule 5. And this motherfucker, I had to convert the audio files because he sent them as JPEGs for reasons I still don't know, probably because he an asshole. But we did it up, and then I put him in the chorus. 5 tricks, don't fall for one. She ain't there to hold you down. She's there for fun. It was just really, sounded really dope. Came together, and she tried to sue me for it, even though I said no names. But that's a whole different story. And the second half of this was Orange, which was also on the Lover's Pain EP about 5 years after that. So after I did Rule 5, there was the girl would not leave me alone, and a lot of people will contest it as like she called my phone, she harassed a bunch of my friends on Facebook, she impersonated a dead person just to get at me and several other people. Like it was wild. I couldn't make this stuff up. But before I wrote that song, I was in Toronto. I was up there for a radio conference. I was working at a college radio station at the time, and there was this band performing on the last day there called they're called Housewife now, but back then they were called Moscow Apartment, and they performed this song called Orange, which I really liked. And so I found the song online, I hooked it up, and then I just started going to work on it. And then my man Shadow, he heard the demo I was working on, and he said, "Yo, let's put some Tupac vibes on this." So he got some Tupac drum kits. He put some Sega Genesis sounds in there. If you listen closely to the song's bass, that's the bass line, the boom, boom, the boom, boom. That's a Sega Genesis bass. And then I just recorded all the lyrics on it. We put it out there, and the Housewife band approved of it. There was a headache getting through their management a little bit, but they liked the fact that I was flipping the sample and doing some really nice stuff with it.
Is everything ready? Just give me the signal. Okay, here I go then.
Oh, look at the time and then look at me. A helpless damsel in a lonely street, uncovered, endangered, exposed to any harm. SOS, please, ring the alarm!
Oh no, what's this? Could I be in danger?
Who the hell is this mysterious stranger? I'm not pretending, heartbeats the same, and God help me, please, don't let this be my ending! Hey, Marco, he's too far from the trap!
That ain't possible, girl. Check again on the map. Everything's according to plan.
Huh? What the hell? What you doing over there? You're supposed to be here. Why you running, big man?
Rhythm and Ambush. Now this one was a headache to fucking put together. Like, this was middle of the pandemic, right? And Joe Guerrero, he wanted to do a follow-up to the last show we did together. I'm like, cool. Only for me to hit like a creative brick wall. The original versions I did were trash. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, cause I wanted it to be sonically similar but darker than the first show we did, The Plan, but I was hitting the wall. So eventually I gave up, and I had some inner turmoil going on. So I said I gotta hit up Shad, and I didn't want to hit him up. I didn't want to hit him up because, like I said, at the time he got sick, and he didn't want to do anything. He was really, really sick. And so, and I was like, yo, man, I really don't want to ask you this, but you're the only person I can really trust to make this sound how I want. I need your help to finish this track. And so he agreed to it. And despite the sickness, he made a monster of a track. He added in some Matrix tracks. The Skull Snaps break made it really funky. We had a little bit of New Edition in there. I think we sampled Crucial on that. And of course I put down the lyrics. And this time I got the voice director track, so I actually was directing the voice actors on how to do the inflections, how to properly flow with the beat. And so it was that. So despite the hassle with producing the track, it was a really fun experience for me to do. So I was debating whether or not to show this, but I want to give y'all a little taste of what's going to be coming up on the Maestro for the upcoming album. So this was a track that came about in a roundabout way, if that makes sense. There's this guy out of Cali by way of Orlando, Florida, by the name of Devin Morrison. Really great R&B musician, makes some amazing stuff. If you haven't heard of him, go look him up, you'll be amazed. But anyhow, he, on his YouTube and TikTok, he makes these jingles, basically taking old commercials and making new jingles around them, producing the music, making the lyrics and all that. And one of them was called Alexa's Got Time, and it was based around, I think, like this Dark and Lovely commercial, or whatever it was. It's been a minute since I've seen it.
I look so good when I change clothes. It's not fair, but don't let me style my hair tonight. I got time for your house.
It had like this soul to soul vibe, you know, like the keep on moving, don't stop, no, or Back to Life and things like that. And so I said, like, I want to do something like that, but I want to do it my way. So I opened up FL. I used a 909 drum kit to get the classic sound, but for everything else, I used like video game sounds. I used Super Nintendos. I used Sega Genesis chiptune sounds from this plugin called ChipSynth by this company named Plug, and I used sounds from like, I think, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Kirby, I want to say Super Adventure Island, I think, a couple other games. And it's not that I was sampling like the rhythms of the beats or nothing, I was just sampling the sound banks that they used. And it came out really, really great. I think there was like one time I showed it to Cardinal Official because he was on a panel at a event I was at, and he really, really liked the song. And he said, once the song's finished, you should go and get sync licensing on it because people are gonna hop all over that. And so I might. I just have to get all the vocals finished. I don't want to spoil who's gonna be on it yet, but yeah, I think y'all dig it. But yeah, that's about it. That's the breakdown of some of my favorite tracks. Not everything here I can break down, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.